Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers will practically build themselves.
Again, this is the USS Montana requesting that you immediately divert your course 15 degrees to the north to avoid a collision. Over.
Please divert your course 15 degrees to the south to avoid collision.
This is Captain Hancock. You will divert your course. Over.
Negative, Captain. I'm not moving anything. Change your course. Over.
Sir, this is the USS Montana, the second largest vessel in the North Atlantic Fleet. You will change course 15 degrees north, or I will be forced to take measures to ensure the safety of this ship. Over.
This is the lighthouse, mate. It's your call.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Welcome to the Kit Hoarder Stash. Today I've got another ship, 1/350th scale. This is the last battleship, literally. What we're going to do is we're going to review the Montana class battleship BB number 71, the Louisiana, which is done by Veryfire in 1/350th scale. This was the last battleship that was approved by Congress to be built. And well, it never did get built. And we'll go into that whole thing, but let's take a look at this kit. It is absolutely beautiful.
The Montana class battleships were going to be 921 feet long with a beam of 121 feet. They would not have fit through the Panama Canal. Had a draft of 36 feet. The armament was going to be 12 16-inch 50 caliber guns and 4 triple mounts, and it was going to mount 20 of the 5-inch 54 caliber Mark 16 guns. This would be the first twin mount on a U.S. warship. The Montanas were designed at the same time as the Iowa class. The Iowa class was designed to be a little bit lighter in the armor and armament and a little bit faster, and these were designed to be just a little bit slower, around 28 knots, but a little bit longer and definitely more heavily armed and armored. The Louisiana BB number 71 was the last hull number for a United States battleship that was authorized by Congress. It was actually, they were all canceled in 1943, July of 1943, due to the fact that, well, they just really needed more aircraft carriers. It was supposed to be built here at the Norfolk Naval Yard. Because of its cancellation, that left the slip open for the USS Midway to be laid down in September of 1943, and it was launched in 1945. Attention on deck, the USS Louisiana BB-71, the last U.S. battleship authorized, is here, and here is the box. Pretty sturdy box on this thing, by the way. Definitely not flimsy and very well protected. You can see the side here has a build-up, unpainted build-up. That's pretty typical for the Veryfire kits. And this other side has one of the painting suggestions, measure 22. This is a big box, so let's crack this thing open and see what's inside. And just like all the other Veryfires, you've got the 2 hull halves on the very top, just like this, well protected. And there's some photo etch, probably just enough for the bridge areas and the upper works, and also a decal sheet for it, as well as a color sheet. And this is for measure 22, but the colors don't quite match up. That's okay though. I got my own stuff I'm going to do. Alright, so let's look at the instructions as per usual with Veryfire, just black and white, which is fine. Here's your parts breakdown, and how many of all the different sprues you've got. Some of those sprues are very similar to the ones in the cruiser kit that I got a while back. And here we are putting the hull together. Very simple, straightforward. Here we've got the turret rings, which is kind of neat. That tells me that those turrets are probably going to come out. Putting the deck on. So far, just very simple in getting this big, huge part of the ship done. Now here we go, the turrets. Yes, the barbettes, there's detail to the barbettes, so it looks like you could take them out and display them separately. That's really neat. Details to the guns itself. Building the 554s and then some of the deck details. The aircraft and the crane and the the thing that launches it, the catapult. Thank you. Looks like we have some photo etch here on the funnel cap. And here's putting some of the deck fittings on. Now, some of these anti-aircraft pieces, this ship would have been probably not launched until after World War II or at the very end of the war, but it certainly would have been commissioned until probably 46. So, these 20 millimeters that are everywhere on this thing, well, that's a World War II thing. And after the war, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have had near that many 20 millimeters. So I'm not going to use all those 20 millimeter Olerkin guns. Probably use some in the upper works, but not on the deck. Very detailed, very easy instructions. As I've been building that Cleveland, I can tell you the instructions are very easy to follow. And here we have some more details and getting some of the 40 millimeters on. There's a lot of 40 millimeter guns on this thing. The bridge area and some of the radar. By the way, this comes with some of the early radars too that will go into my spare parts box, which is really nice. Gun directors. Here we have funnel caps. More 40 millimeters, more 20 millimeters. These galleries that, some of them I'll use, some of them I won't. And it looks like we have some more photo etch details here on the funnel. Yay. So far, the photo etch that I've run into in these other Veryfire kits are quite simple. Very not complex, which I like, not complex. And here are the railings for the upper works. Pretty straightforward. Looks like easy bends and easy fit. Putting some of the photo etch details on. And looks like we're putting the main batteries in now, getting the bridge assembly together on there. Some of the other guns, and just finishing up the last little details here. And there you are. Now let's take a look at the plastic. And here is some of the upper works. Look at all those little plastic nibs on the end there. Those are really good to take off and save and use for sprue glue, by the way. Here we have main battery directors. Some gun tubs. The top of the conning tower looks like. And here's our main batteries. With all that neat gun detail. That's going to be fun. I wonder if I'm going to do that for all four of the guns, because it's for all four of the guns. So I'm wondering if I'm going to do it for all four, or if I'm just going to do it for one and maybe display one of the other ones out. Who knows? But great detail. Now this is a fret that's also on the cruiser kit. And you got 3 of these. Or maybe you got 5 of these total. It's got some 40 millimeters and rafts and some 20 millimeters. Here are your 5-inch twin mount guns. Looks like some davits. Your rudders, funnel caps. And this is that number 1 deck up above the main deck. It's also wooden, and by the way, that wood grain detail is amazing on that. That picture does not do it justice. Some of the gun galleries. Those galleries look like they'll come off pretty good with a pair of nippers, good nippers. And here's, what, 4 more of these sprues? Wow. More 40 millimeter, some life rafts, some 20 millimeter. Okay, here's some of the upper works. Some large parts. They were just kind of hanging around in there, and then the anchor chain. Oh, there's a couple of these. See, there's that CAXAM radar in the center bottom. That'll be extra. That's early war. That's nice. And here is the bridge area, the upper bridge area. Everything looks really, really good and crisp on this thing. Here are the aircraft, the Seamews, I guess is what they're called. That's pretty nice, good rendition of those. And looks like those spanners for the hull, and some more of the upper works and the screws. And finally the deck. I wish you could see the detail on this. The wood planking is just superb. Very good job, Veryfire. This is a nice looking kit. I can't wait to get started on this thing.